We start a little bit early, guys, because it's a lot of people are getting the link right now to join into it.
And we're a couple minutes late, I think.
No, we're 3 minutes early.
Oh, awesome.
But we wanted to give them a few minutes to get on and get joined in. Hope you guys are enjoying today. We got a wicked windy day out today here. Things are drying up, but we got probably 40-mile-an-hour gusts. It's 20-something degrees, 22 degrees out.
Yeah, 22 degrees. It's cold.
Yeah.
With the wind chill.
But at least it's drying things up.
Yeah.
Makes it so muddy down by the troughs. This morning we were walking around, it was actually ice down there, so we weren't sinking up to our ankles in mud.
Randy, can you help me? I don't know can you go live on mine just so I can see the comments?
Yeah, I was just trying to go live online, but is it under the Brownville Food Pantry or?
It should have came up as a notification.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's not.
Does it tell how many people are looking?
Don't know how to get onto it.
Yeah, I will in just a second.
It doesn't take a minute.
I think it takes a minute, yeah, for some people to, yeah, but some people are on because I can see their comments. It's not
so
coming.
Yeah, there are people on it then.
Yes, it's just
Okay.
not coming up on mine.
Okay.
Okay, someone just said they got a notification, but I didn't get one.
No. So you can read the things on there though.
Yeah, but they go by
Yeah.
really quickly, and I use my phone because
Yeah.
if I use my
Yeah,
phone, I
Dakota
can.
just said we were on. I'm not sure why it didn't come up on your phone, hon. Should have had the iPad or something up here.
Well, it's not. It's not on Ashley's either. She doesn't have it yet either.
Let me try closing out of this. Okay, where's
You
your
going out
Turn
checking
on.
this afternoon?
We might go off for a little while. A lot of grackles.
Yeah. Those are European starlings and the black ones are grackles.
The starlings are actually an invasive species. One came over from Europe.
And they're noisy.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, between them and the grackles, it gets quite noisy.
Oh, right here.
And there's a lot of them.
We saw a bunch
Found
of
it.
the,
Yeah. So now I can scroll
we saw a
through.
bunch of the
I had to go to the page,
star,
to the Facebook. I mean, to the YouTube page, and
Oh, you
star
So how'd you do it?
ones
I'm
and
just
me
telling
and
how you did
Dad
it so
were
anybody that may be having trouble.
going.
well, if they're here, they're here.
Oh yeah, they won't here anyway. Alright, we're about at 10. We got another minute or so left. You have to come through, Ash?
Yeah.
That's 2024.
We're gonna be missing Mike this time also, our IT man. He's off to greener pastures like the deer. He went to Hawaii for a week or two and it just worked out where we finished the season off and he's over in Hawaii. But it's 10 o'clock. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for another awesome season. Any questions you guys have, just post it in the chat and we have Miranda looking through the chat and she'll get some questions out to us and we'll go over some totals and stuff with you. And Ryan wants to show you some antlers.
And we gotta put a plug in for Mike at the Raccoon Saloon.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike's Raccoon Saloon channel. He has a lot of cameras going on over there. It's pretty neat checking out all the stuff he has going on over there. But if you go to Raccoon Saloon on YouTube, check out all the stuff he has going.
And
He also-
new babies
Yeah,
soon.
they have the raccoons will be having kits soon,
Yep.
so there'll be quite a bit of action happening. He also runs Wildlife of Maine channel also, so he has an Eagle cam and some other cameras that people are pretty interested in.
Okay.
You go over your totals, Dad?
Well, I can go over the total for this year, guys, what we purchased. We got 86,000 pounds or 43 ton of oats. 13,728 pounds of apples. That was 286 bushels. 1,500 pounds of acorns, 1,500 pounds of sweet food, and 1 mineral block, which brought it up to a total of 23,415.29 we spent this year on the birds and the deer.
And it was all covered through donations again. It's been for the last several years, all donations have been able to cover operating costs. We want to thank all you guys for watching, tuning in, sending in your donations through the GoFundMe, everything. It's helped us tremendously. We've been able to grow every year, and it's because of you guys we're able to keep this going. So thank you all very much.
And the deer, thank you too.
And a shout out to the mods on our channel. They're incredible. You guys that are in the chat channels know they do a lot for us. They're on there about 24/7, answering your questions. Anything that you have an issue with, they're there to relay messages to us because we're rarely on the chats. We aren't really into the chat aspect of the thing. We get on once in a while, but to be able to have the moderators there 24/7, that's awesome. So we thank all of the mods.
I pop in from time to time, but the mods know way more than I do.
Yes.
So they're
they
way,
do an
way
awesome
better.
job.
Yep. I made you some notes, Randy.
And our fan page, we gotta give a shout out to everybody on our fan page too. There's quite a few contributors on that submit videos and pictures every day. If you guys aren't on the fan page, you ought to look it up on our Facebook account, and it's Brownville's Food Pantry for Deer fan page. And they have all kinds of stuff. There'll be people in there in the off season posting videos and pictures and to keep you updated on some things we're doing. We'll be doing updates on our own Facebook page, but the fan page is where it's at. They have a lot of stuff, a lot of content. And thank you to the guys and the girls that are putting the content on that because it helps us out tremendously. Again, we're not there all the time taking pictures and posting them, and these guys are helping us out big time.
One other thing we gotta mention that we are doing an upgrade. We finally got our fiber optics. So the fiber should be hooked up to the bird feeder next week. And this coming season, all the cameras will be on that system.
Yeah, we are limited with our bandwidth in terms of how many cameras we could have going this year. That's why we have what we have. We're gonna have an updated PTZ for this coming season. All the cameras are gonna be boosted on the bandwidth. The picture now, the picture's really good now, but it is gonna be different next year. It's gonna be a little bit
4K.
better. It's gonna be a better system, but we're excited for it. We got the fiber about a month ago, but we didn't wanna start troubleshooting it in the middle of the season, shutting cameras down and restarting streams and messing with settings, so we are holding off. But in this off season, we're gonna get all the cameras hooked to the fiber system. All of them are gonna be boosted to max capacity, and we're excited to see what they can do. And the new PTZ we're getting is gonna be an Axis Q6318LE, which is their top of the line PTZ camera. If you look at anything to do with Axis, they're a top tier camera manufacturer. They're one of the best. That's what all of our bullet cameras are now that we upgraded to. And if you went from last season to this season, you'll notice a tremendous difference in those cameras. So we're excited to see the PTZ go from what we're running now as a Sunba Illuminati, which is a 1080p camera. We're upping it to a 4K stream, but it's not a true 4K stream. So this new camera we have coming is a true 4K stream, has a lot better operating system. The user interface is way better. Everything about it is going to be better. It's going to be a smoother. We'll be able to zoom in on something as far as we can see to the wood line there, and it'll be a 4K picture. It won't be a blurry. Right now we zoom in, they get pixelated. It's still decent, but this new camera we have coming is going to be an awesome upgrade. We're excited for that also.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you want to show them your antlers and your certificates?
You got Big G's first?
Yep.
Yeah. Check this out, guys. This is Big J's antlers.
So this was Big G's right side. We found this one first, I'm pretty sure, but this one was only like a 12-inch G, which is still like wicked big, but not as big as this one, where this one was a 13.5. We actually got these ones scored, and this is the certificate that makes sure that they're in the like book of like antlers, and
There's 2 there, honey.
Oh.
1 for each side.
so this was the right or left side, I'm pretty sure, and then this was the right side. As you can see, 74 is wicked big for a antler
Around
for
here.
a deer around here, yeah. And 68 is still really good, but not as big. But yeah, so
What was the
probably-
total score, man?
I think it was 138 something, 7/8. I
I
can't
thought it was
remember.
142 3/4.
Oh, it could have been. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was 142.
Yeah. But these are the largest antlers we've ever found here at the Pantry in 16 years. So that's a wicked prize to find something like that. Because a lot of the deer will shed their antlers and we don't find them because they travel within probably a mile radius normally from the Pantry. And it's like finding a needle in a haystack. So to have him drop both these were both within probably 200 yards of the feeders.
How long has Big G been here?
Vincent?
No,
Big
Big,
G.
G.
Oh,
This
Vincent.
is the first year we noticed him with his antlers.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the first year we ID'd him. He's likely been coming his whole life, but we never ID'd him because he never showed up with his antlers.
But these are Vincent's, and he's been here 8 years.
Well, that just one. Now, who found this one, Ryan?
definitely not Mom.
Yes, it was. It was me.
Yeah, well, this antler is a wicked long antler. Like it doesn't have that many G's, but it's wicked long, and then it has the little kicker that Vincent has, and then a little bit of the tip was chipped off from like a fight or something that it had with another buck.
And Vincent has one of the widest racks.
We did not find lefties.
No, never found lefties. We
No.
put on a lot of miles looking for his.
Yeah.
We have a dog come in another couple weeks when things start drying up. My friend has a dog that sniffs antlers out, and we usually find half a dozen or so with him going around checking things out. And we're hoping he comes up with at least one, if not both, of lefties.
How much would you say the antler weighs?
I've weighed him before. I can't remember. I'd say
3/4 of a pound.
no. It's over a pound.
Oh, that's
Okay.
probably,
It's probably
three,
a pound.
3 pounds.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd say that's 3 pounds.
Vincent's, yeah.
We've weighed him before, but I can't remember the weights usually.
And you're definitely getting the PTZ camera, right? The new one is on its way. Yeah.
We're just shopping right now where it's very expensive. The cheapest I've been able to find was right around $3,100, and it's normally right around $3,500. But I'm keeping an eye out, hoping it goes on sale in the next month or so because I'd like to purchase it to get it going and troubleshooting it before next season. I want to get everything fine-tuned.
How much is left of the salt block, that mineral block?
I'd say about half.
Not
Yeah.
even that,
No,
about a third.
yeah, and they hit it hard. It lasts a long time.
Yeah. And Ryan, they want to know what you wanted to do what's your dream?
Game warden.
Yeah.
Yep. We actually went to a game warden camp last summer
Yeah.
at Bryant Pond. Had a good time.
I've been wanting to be a game warden for like 2 years.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we just talked about the other day maybe being a game warden with the
K9, like a K9 game warden.
Yeah.
Because I want a
K9
dog
unit.
when I get older.
yeah. Any news on Shaggy showing up at any other feeding stations?
No. We did hear one of the neighbors, he was hanging out down there before he came here. The neighbors were saying Shaggy's in town, and we never saw any picture of him. We're like, oh, I hope it is Shaggy. And then about a week later, Shaggy did show up, and that guy said it was the same deer. So these deer, even though we have up to 200 deer that show up here, there's probably another 100 or more within a mile radius that we never see here. There's probably a half a dozen feeding stations that feed every day within a mile radius of us right here. And I have a warehouse probably a half a mile up north here, and we saw a doe with barely any tail. It had a little teeny nubbin of a tail about a month ago, and first thing me and Dad thought was it was one of Lefty's offspring, because he's got a short tail also, but that we never saw that deer here, and that's only not even a half mile away. So there's a lot of deer that, even if they show up here for a day to get a nibble, they'll go to some other feed station, they'll hang out there all winter.
Are there oats left in the silo?
Yes. Yeah, there's
And what do you-
probably 2 ton left.
So you're just gonna leave them in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had almost 3 ton left last year, and our guy that gives us the oats or delivers the oats, that's how they store them also, is in silos. So they're fine in the silo.
Are you still using the original drill?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, Dad was commenting on that this morning.
5 years that thing's been going.
It's a rigid 18 volt brush drill. Dad got it, me and my brother Ricky got us a set back probably 20 years ago. And I used it for 15 years, or, all about that, doing construction. So it was already wore out when we put it in the Oatmobile, and figured we'd get a year or two out of it, and it's still going. So shout out to Rigid.
Ryan, what's your favorite bird?
Like kind or
Yeah.
Probably chickadees.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
They're one of my favorite too.
Yeah. They want to know how close you are to the raccoon saloon to Mike.
He's probably, I'd say 10 miles by the bird, maybe a little more.
Yeah, about 10 miles.
Yeah.
And do the deer still come around after the cameras are off?
Sometimes.
Not many.
No,
There's a few locals that live here year round, but most of them are gone.
it's rare to see a deer. Within a week and a half, 2 weeks of now, it's hard to find a deer in this area.
They like the food, but if they had their rathers, they'd rather be in the woods, not here in town.
Yeah.
And are there more turkeys this year than last year?
About the same.
And they want to know if you'll buy me a hat or earmuffs for next season. I have plenty of that.
I tell her every day, guys, it's cold out, better get a hat on.
I don't like
She
them.
doesn't like it.
All right. Anything else you wanted to say on that paper, Randy?
No, that's
Shout
not
outs.
covered
Did you mention Cleves Farm and the apples and?
Oh, yeah, just a big thank you to all the suppliers. Cleves Farm for the oats, Rose Orchard for all the apples,
And
Three
Newport.
Rivers. Yeah, Three Rivers Feed. We got all of our, what do we get there? All the bird food and
Bird
sweet
food
feed.
from Three Rivers Feed.
Yeah, we got more of the sweet feed from Tractor Supply in Dover Foxcroft.
And how about the snow sled trail?
We're gonna reroute that for next season.
Yeah, we
That's-
had enough of that.
Yeah, that sled trail, past couple of years been getting worse, and it's something that we've been working with the trail master to try to alleviate it. We've been putting signs up, the signs haven't been helping, so we discussed with them a reroute for next season, so we're not gonna have the sleds coming through the pantry at all next season.
It harasses the deer too much.
And how about they want you to mention the memorial down there a little bit. Just talk a little bit about it. Why it was put up and how you found it, the rock.
Well, Randy found that when he was doing the excavation and the land work here. And then when he flipped the rock over, it broke in half, and he noticed it had red on it. And then when we really looked at it, it's the shape of a heart. It's all natural iron deposit in the rock, and it looks good. And we put a plaque on it. It's in memory of those fallen but not forgotten.
Yeah, those gone but not forgotten.
Those gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, and a lot of viewers become attached, as we do, to a lot of the deer that show up, and it is sad when we have deer that leave that don't come back. So that's just a reminder of the deer that we've had throughout the years that people do miss.
BB was one of them.
Yeah.
Mama White Legs.
Braveheart didn't show up this year.
Yeah.
Apple bags.
Yeah.
Apple Bag.
There's been a lot of deer throughout the seasons that we miss.
Do you think any idea if PB is a male or female? Or star?
I believe they're both male.
You think they're both male?
Yeah.
Okay. How many babies are typically born each season? Any idea?
Almost every doe has one or two. So, over 100 every season.
Yeah.
That's
Almost, I'd say probably 75% of the mature does are pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to know what gets planted. So those, the
beds.
raised beds that we had, I used to plant vegetables in there, and then I got a little lazy. I didn't do it last year,
No.
but they're kind of starting to break away. We need to make new ones.
Yeah, and we amended it with some local fertilizer that made it too hot, so the last planting we did, it didn't turn out very good, so we're gonna amend it again with something to calm it down and try to get things to grow a little bit better in it. We usually have tomatoes and cucumbers and,
Lettuce.
yeah, we get quite a few things out of it.
How did you meet Mike? Raccoon Saloon Mike? Because I don't remember. That was, yeah.
I've known Mike since I was young, since I was a kid. I don't remember how I really met him. You're friends with his sister, Michelle. We've known
Yeah.
Michelle for a long time.
Yeah. Where do the acorns come from?
Downtown, in
Yeah.
front of the trade winds and at the cemetery and at Napa Auto in Milo. They've got oak trees that just produce like crazy.
Yeah. Napa's the hot spot in Milo. They
Yeah.
have probably half a dozen oak trees that we get half of our supply from. But we go around just the local, even people's houses in their yards and stuff. They allow us to go. We got a machine that we walk behind and it picks up the acorns for us. We collect them every fall.
And Michelle, Randy would let me drive the oatmobile, except I won't, because if I do, we'd have to fix all the troughs anyway, which comes to the next question, which is, what is the maintenance on the troughs? Or is there any maintenance on the troughs?
Just tightening the screws, replacing screws. Sometimes the screws will snap just because the ice that's in them, but it's low maintenance on the troughs.
Yeah, knots fall out. We
Yeah.
have to fix that.
Did the deer like the squash?
No.
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 They ate it, but they didn't care for it.
And is there any other produce that gets donated throughout the season? That was a question earlier.
Not really, no. We used to get stuff from our local grocery store, but we've weaned off of that just because we have a regimen now that they enjoy and we don't want to keep mixing things up with their diet.
If you didn't live in Maine, where would you want to live?
Alaska.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Tahiti.
Oh, do you think the deer would eat cucumbers? Probably not, huh?
Never tried.
No.
They eat carrots.
And they want to know if we will post just a short video after the dog finds some antlers to show what we found.
Yep.
We can, yep.
Yeah.
And we do stock, well, we haven't stocked the pond in a few years, right?
No,
But
it's
we,
at least 2.
yeah.
But the pond is stocked. We've stocked it probably 3 times with brook trout.
And now they're asking about viewing at the roadside. Are you doing anything different with that?
I dream of putting up something there for a visitor center. I doubt it's going to happen this year because we got a lot on our plate through the summer. But I'd like to have something there where people could park behind some sort of building and go into a heated building that's just by donation only, but will have windows so people can stand there and view the deer, and the deer won't hear the people and likely won't see them if it was privacy glass. But it'd be neat to have something like that set up where people could show up, view the deer, even have those binoculars on the post, or even have, they just have binoculars they can look at the deer with. And I just think it'd be a neat experience for people, and it would benefit the deer also.
Who's your favorite deer? Ryan, who's yours, honey?
Big G.
Mm-hmm. Randy?
Lefty.
I gotta say lefty.
Lefty.
Him and
Yeah.
I have conversations in the morning.
Okay. Which deer is the biggest, do you think, by body mass?
Lefty.
Lefty is the biggest.
Heaviest, I'd say.
He'll be 10 years old this spring.
And what was the purpose of clearing all the wooded areas that you did last summer before the
To
season?
better maintain it and plant food plots. That's all seeded with greenery that the deer enjoy. Like the way it was before, you could barely walk through there, so now it's able to be maintained and seeded.
And have we ever seen moose here?
Just one. When we were digging the pond, one moose came out as the pond was filling up with water and checked it out and left. That's the only moose we've seen in as long as we've been here.
Mm-hmm. And they want to know what we do in the off season if we have jobs. So Richard, what do you do?
I feed the birds.
Yeah. Ryan, what do you do?
Go to school.
Mm-hmm. Baseball starting up, right?
Baseball.
Yeah.
School.
And I keep, yep, Randy.
I got a storage warehouse business that I maintain. I develop property also. I'm putting a little cabin up on the main road, and I just putter around. I try to keep myself busy as I'm self-employed. I did construction for 20 years with a family business, and I got done with that as soon as I got the warehousing business started. But between the pantry and my other projects, I keep busy.
And I keep teaching school until summer. Do any biologists or scientists ever visit here?
Yes.
Yep.
We keep in touch with a couple of biologists. If we have any problems, we let them know and they get back to us. And this year it was Lefty had an abscess. Well, they said, let nature take its course, and it did, and it went away.
And that's the best avenue almost all the time, guys. We have a lot of viewers say, like, why don't you help the deer? What if a deer comes up with a broken leg or anything, they feel bad that we're not helping it. But biologists every time will say to let Mother Nature take its course, and 99% of the time that's all that's needed, because they're very resilient. They come out of it usually unscathed, and the trauma that they receive if we were to intervene is a lot more risky. Where if they were to tranquilize, say if Lefty's abscess, they were worried about it, they tranquilized him, they'd have to treat him with antibiotics, treat him, you know, it'd be quite a regimen. They'd have to, you know, house him, make sure he got his medicine, they fight off an infection, and in that process, he would have likely died, most likely just from the tranquilizing of him. So they say let Mother Nature take its course, and that's the best route.
And Ryan, what position do you play in baseball?
Catcher, sometimes first.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly catcher.
All right. Do the turkeys stay all year?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we don't allow any hunters here.
No.
We're surrounded by posted property.
The other feeding stations that have been mentioned in the area, are they as big as this one?
No. There's only one other silo that I know of. All the other people are feeding out of 50-pound bags. But there's one operation on the other side of the river that's probably a 1/10 of a mile from us that has a silo that the Cleves farm actually fills. When they fill our silo, if that guy needs something, they'll go up and fill him. But he's not feeding nearly as much as we are daily either. He may be putting out a
He's
couple
only got a
hundred
few
day.
deer.
Yeah.
All right. And the place across the road hasn't sold yet?
No.
No.
Go check out 13 Rips Road on Zillow. If you guys are interested, any animal lovers out there, there's a cabin right across from us. I just went on the market a month or two ago. The guy I know built it. So we're excited to hopefully have an animal lover purchase it.
And Ryan, what's your favorite animal?
Deer.
A deer. And they want to know if you're a celebrity at school. No? Do we ever see the northern lights here?
Sometimes, but they're really, really dim.
Yeah, you can't, by the visible eye, you can barely see them at all. If you had a camera with a certain exposure, you can see them through the camera, but not by eye.
Yep. All right. Do locals call you with any deer questions?
All day.
Yeah.
All over the United States.
Yeah, we got a lot of phone calls, a lot of text messages.
And about how many deer came this season? Like at one time there was
There was over 200.
I'd say between 250 and 300.
It's hard to count. There's a lot.
Ryan, can you say hi to, I think you pronounce it Kyla?
Hi, Kyla.
And how often will the bird buffet be filled?
As needed.
Yep. All right. So I think if you want to check your notes, make sure
No, we're good.
we are good.
Again, thank you all for another awesome season.
And all the apples are gone.
Yeah,
All the apples are gone. Yep.
All the sweet peas gone, all the acorns are gone, and the oats that we have left will be good till next season. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. Shout out to everybody that's donated and helped us get this going and keep it going.
Thank you all for everything, because it's because of you guys that we can keep this going. And have a good summer, and we'll see you December 16th.
All right. And I think I need to come and stop it, Randy, because I don't know how. All right.